Welcome back to Houston Newsmakers. I want to take a look at some pictures that represent happiness and joy for a segment of our population that many of you may not think about. You take a look at these smiles on these faces, the images of people helping people of all ages, the men, women, and children who are either blind or visually impaired and are on the receiving end of services of the Lighthouse of Houston, adult literacy programs, vocational programs, outpatient rehabilitation, many opportunities to help the children who are just coming to grips, perhaps, with their visual disabilities. Joining me to talk about the Lighthouse of Houston, Duterroil, and the CEO of the organization, Butch Alsindor, volunteer with that organization. Well, thank you both for being here.
Pleased to be here.
For those people who may not be familiar with the Lighthouse, what does the Lighthouse of Houston focus on?
The Lighthouse is a 78-year-old institution in this community. We serve people who are blind and visually impaired. That's our common denominator, from infancy all the way to, well, I guess over 100 years old. We've had clients in that range. And we're providing everything from vocational, educational, employment services, services to children, services to seniors. It's a full gamut of activity for individuals in this community who are blind or visually impaired.
How does somebody get referred to your organization? How do you get to know who they are?
Some are referred to us by state agencies because there are state agencies that provide services to the blind. Others come to us just by the telephone. Now, the interesting thing there is that people who are blind moving into this community, one thing they know is the word the Lighthouse. And so they just call up and they say the Lighthouse, and you know, that was an old nautical term and still is, you know, for people in looking for a beacon in the dark. And that is the way it's recognized. And so we receive literally thousands of phone calls a year, people about their own particular issue or a member of their family or a friend.
Butch, how did you get involved? As a volunteer, what was it that attracted you to the Lighthouse?
Yeah, I'm a board member now, but it started as a volunteer, and it really started because I used to go past the Lighthouse every day going to work, and I'd see some of the blind clients walking down with their canes going to the bus to catch the bus, and I thought, wow, I just wondered if I'd have that kind of courage. And so I got to thinking about it, and I wanted to know more, so I volunteered. And then when I got there, what I found out was the Lighthouse isn't about giving a hand out, it's about giving a hand up, because they provide so many skills to their clients to help them function in this world. Some of them actually worked at our industrial division for 10, 15, 20, 30 years and then retired after that. So it's just a fantastic program.
Gib, what's the benefit that you get? What's the satisfaction you get when you see someone who's able to be efficient, like the way that Butch was talking about, being able to be self-sufficient, a little bit more than what they may have been otherwise?
Because you truly make a difference in someone's life. The whole goal of the Lighthouse is independence. And so now you're taking an individual and you're giving them the tools, the assistance, so that they can work in the community, they can play in the community, they can be part of the city. And that's really what the whole mission of the Lighthouse is all about. It is about that independence.
How important is it to work with people as young as you possibly can get them? Either one, if you can answer that one, in terms of, and when someone is just dealing with the issue of visual impairment or blindness and they come to you, and we saw some pictures of some of those younger kids who are able to get some of the benefits, like the camp there. Yeah. Those kids look so happy being in that environment.
That's the beauty of the Lighthouse, though. They have so many programs for adults and for kids alike, and that summer camp program you were talking about, that's fantastic. They get to learn swim tips, you know, the best thing to do around a swimming pool. They also get to visit with therapy dogs. They had HPD bring in the mounted HPD. They brought in horses. They brought in the regular squad cars, and they let the kids run the sirens, which actually created some havoc in your office, I understand. But just to experience them and expose them to as many things as just, you know, anybody would have.
Let me just give you a quick story.
Sure.
Yeah. A young person comes to us for summer camp experience. When they come to us at the summer camp, it's all about blind children. They're not at a summer camp with sighted kids who become the focus. They are the focus of that camp, and they interact with each other, they take swimming, they do those things. As they get to be older, we run a summer transition program where they actually work, and they're paid the minimum wage. They work every day, they learn what it is to work, because blind children have a much more difficult time working in the community the way sighted children might do as they grow up. So they have that experience, and then they transition into education and they go to work. And that is a building block of putting that person into society.
What's the best way people can support the Lighthouse of Houston, either by volunteering or supporting financially?
Well, let me say, first of all, we are a United Way agency, so we are supported through the United Way. But we traditionally, the Lighthouse has always had the position that we earn our money. So through our various work activities we have, the industrial division and other programs, we earn that money. But we're right now involved in a capital campaign to construct a health services building.
Well, that
certainly,
means we want to get money into
so
it.
certainly someone can go to our website, and on our website they can make a donation. They can also sign up to be a volunteer. You can do everything on the website.
And we got the website up there and the phone number as well, 713-527-9561.
Correct.
That'll get them in, get it going, right there.
It will do that.
Gib, good to see you. Thank you for what you do. Butch, good to see you again as well. And thank you for what you're doing as well, leading the way with volunteers.
And thank you and KPRC for everything you guys do for nonprofits here in the city. It's fantastic.
It's our pleasure. It is indeed. All right, thank you as well. Good luck on that capital campaign. We know how important those are.
Thank you.
Hey, we have a big announcement about next week. We'll talk about that right after this.